everything all right?
Yeah, you need to fix that latch on the door.
Okay, baby.
It's a chilly day out there in Indian country as we're getting close to Beaver Moon. I usually know when to prepare for frost come November when I'm faced with the question, will Indians get frozen out of the political races, or will we be just too cold and uninterested to take matters into our own hands? Next caller. Thanks for tuning in.
Pirates? Very good. It's very good, Che. Looks good. It's a nice boat. Hey, Jacob. I've seen that somewhere before. What is it?
This is a cross I made for you.
You made it for me? Wow, that's really sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned.
What is it, my child?
It's my sister, Father. She's practically comatose.
My dear, your sister suffers from serious delusions. You're getting her the best possible treatment.
I know, Father. But I have my doubts. Father, there's more to my confession. I don't understand why we have to avoid one another, even as friends.
I would certainly never avoid you, my dear. But my calling, it's all-consuming. It is greater than the both of us.
I know, Father, but the church is everything to me.
Of course. You deserve my special attention. Forgive me.
I do. God bless you.
This one time I made this net laugh so hard he lost his teeth. How's that gonna go over?
Excuse me.
Hey.
Hey, I'm looking for an Officer Goodfeather. I was told I could find him here.
Why, you have a crime to report, or are the cops looking for you, too?
Oh, no, I'm a geologist. Actually, I'm a field officer for the government. I'm researching a recorded earthquake in the region. You guys haven't noticed anything unusual, have you? Like broken windows and such?
Well, I felt a little rattling last night, but I think that was just a metal plate in my head.
Hey, you the earthquake guy?
Luke Patterson. You John Goodfeather?
Yeah. You know, I was surprised that they'd bring you all the way out here for a quake in the woods that didn't do damage and most people didn't even feel.
No, I'm out here on my own. In northeastern Minnesota is such a peculiar spot for an earthquake that I had to check it out.
All right. Well, what can we do to help?
Well, the earthquake registered in the valley on the east side of the reservation.
That's near the old school and the cemetery.
Man, there's nothing but ghosts out there.
What, do you think I can get into the building?
Well, the land is in trust. We'd have to go get a permit at the Indian Affairs.
Okay.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Great. I appreciate that.
All right. I'll take you there. You'd have to follow in your truck. Hey, Dad, we're gonna take off. I'll see you guys later.
Hey,
Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, guys. That's your dad back there?
Yeah, he's the tribe's medicine man.
Wow.
And if you go poking around unexplained things like an earthquake that shouldn't be there, you'll have him talking for about a week.
I think I'd probably like hearing his stories.
Well, you know where to find them.
Blackjack, poker, nightly bingo, weekend matinees, all in the heart of beautiful North Country at the Black Bear Casino, right off Interstate 35 and Highway 210.
This is the Richard Two Rivers Show on Your Voice from the Res, talking about the upcoming mayoral election. For the first time ever, one of our own, Steve Klamath, is challenging incumbent Paul Gunderson for the mayoral seat.
Thank you very much, Richard. It's an honor to be here. You know, you were my hero growing up. Yeah, everyone listened to you. I mean, you talked about all the important issues that made everyone think.
I appreciate that, but right now, your campaign is the important issue here. Let's talk about you.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, sure. I was practicing law in the big city for a while, but it doesn't mean that I wasn't in tune with what was going on back here at home.
This place has a way of grabbing a hold of you and not letting go.
And I brought another drawing for your wall, Mama. Remember I told you about little Jacob? Well, he made it for us.
Hey, come on. It's cold. You all right?
Oh, my God.
What?
No, I just thought I saw somebody that I knew.
Man, white folks set one foot on the res. You start acting like you're on peyote or something.
Trust me, this place needs a new mayor. I mean, the Gundersons have been running.
Let me
this
do
town
all the
way too
talking.
long.
Aren't you fishing without bait on your
Hey, Maddie.
You're focusing on sacred Indian land rights, though. Gunderson's offering jobs.
Yeah, sure, I studied.
About time someone stirred some trouble around here.
Hey, this is Luke. He's come up from Minneapolis.
Nice to meet you.
Is there anyone in Lands and Trust?
Another new guy. Just head back.
All right. So just hang out and chat with Maddie. I'll be back. Okay. Hey, I need a permit for the old school.
Who are you?
I'm Officer John Goodfeather.
What do you need a permit for?
Some guy from Minneapolis wants to check the place out. He thinks there was an earthquake there. Anyways, what does it matter to you?
Well, I need to get permission.
Permission from who? You guys are the ones who give the permission.
Yeah. If you'll just step outside, I'll check into it.
Come on, I'm the reservation police. It's cool.
You want the pass, or don't you? Here, get the door, will ya?
What am I waiting for?
Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
Your job is to write the freaking permit. I haven't got all day.
Okay, fine. But if there's a problem out there, it's on you. You hand me that, will ya?
Thank you.
Is Mayor Gunderson there, please?
Sure.
Come on, Luke, let's get out of here. Hey, Dad put a duck in the smoker. You should drop in on him.
That sounds good.
All right, see you later.
When we come back,
Nice to meet you.
we'll take a few calls from our listeners.
Maddie's good people, huh? Yeah. You know, ever since my mom died, she's always looked after my dad. Yeah. Hey, where are you staying at?
Black Bear Hotel.
Oh, I live near there.
You don't live on the reservation?
Oh, no. With all the lands in trust, you know, the only way to get a good house is to wait for somebody to die. We're gonna be at a place called the Northeastern. You wanna join us for a beer? Just a mile off to 35.
Sure, yeah. No, I'd like to check out the local culture.
All right, cool.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Well, we'll see you there. Hey, you sure you all right?
Yeah. yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Excuse me. Sorry. Never mind.
Nice. That's it? That's good.
Hey, Diane.
Hey!
How are you?
Hi, honey, how are you?
You too. Look so cute in your little ringlets.
Thank you. Hey, could we get a Superior and a glass, please, for my girl?
Your man is on a roll tonight. Oh, those guys have no idea what they're up against. Who's his friend? He's cute. I don't know. I've never seen him before. Wow. Thanks, Stewie. Come on, let's go over there and find out.
Okay, last shot, buddy. Oh, baby. About to sink the 8-ball.
All right. Woo! Wow.
Good shot.
Oh, thanks. It's just simple geometry, you know. It's all about the angles.
I'm Diane.
Luke.
You're not from around here, are you?
No.
Thank God.
He's from Minneapolis. Hey, this is my baby, Ray.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So he must really like you because he's pretty particular about his pool partners.
Damn right. By the way, you just reminded me. Hey, dude, you owe me $50 and a round of drinks.
Not so fast, Chief. What about 2 out of 3?
Chief. That's a good one, dude. I don't think I've heard that one before. Just pay up.
Didn't mean anything by it. We got a guy just like you, working on the farm. He's best of the bunch.
All right. See you, Audie.
Hi, Audie.
What did I say?
I never heard of earthquakes in Minnesota.
Really?
We're all about tornadoes and floods.
No, you know what? I think I read somewhere that earthquakes can happen anyway, right? Wasn't there one in Florida or something like that?
Yeah. Last September, to be exact. As it's my guess, that's what's happening here. Because Florida, like Minnesota, could have this pent-up energy that's caused by plate collisions that happened thousands of miles away.
Plate collisions?
Yeah. Yeah, you see, the Earth's crust is made up of these tectonic
Evening,
plates.
folks. Johnny, Ray.
Hey, Steve. Good to see you.
Grab a chair, pull it up.
Hey, no thanks. Trying to drum up some votes.
Oh, you're the guy running for office. I'm Luke Patterson. I work for the government.
Oh, Steve Glamis. You a bushwhacker?
Come on, Steve. Luke's a visitor. Just give him a few days to settle in.
Oh, I'll have to do some more campaigning. Ladies?
I'm headed for a government job myself.
Really?
What?
Well, I've been accepted in the training unit at the FBI Academy.
Congratulations. That's a really difficult program.
Thank you.
So that means you're leaving.
What? No, we're going together.
You know I can't leave. I have to take care of my mom.
Well, we'll get a transfer for you.
It's not that simple.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I can't believe you did that without talking to me about it. Just wait here. I'll go talk to her.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe him. How could he do all this without talking to me? What about my mom?
Rain, Penmore has been your mom's home for years. She can't fault you for moving on with your life. And what about Johnny? This is a good opportunity for him.
Yeah, it is.
What's really going on here?
I don't know. I've been seeing things and having crazy dreams. It feels like I'm going in the same direction as my mom, and I am terrified.
That's ridiculous. Listen, you are one of the most together people I've ever met.
Tonight, I saw a guy out front, and I swear, Diane, he was the same guy from my dreams.
Does Johnny know?
No. I'm scared I could lose him over this.
Oh my God. You need to give him a chance. He loves you. He'll do anything for you. Everyone knows that. Listen, just think about it. He's not leaving tomorrow.
I didn't mean to spring it on you like that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just... it's a big thing, you know? I just wish you would have talked to me about it first, that's all.
Well, I didn't know I'd get accepted. But I thought you'd be excited for me.
I am excited for you, honey. I am. I just...
Listen, baby, this could be a chance for us to start a whole new life, move on. Plus, I was hoping that you'd finally give in to marrying me.
You want to marry me?
Of course.
Oh.
Man, I can't imagine a future without you. You like it?
I love it.
Yeah, well, I love it.
I love you too.
Can I help you?
No, I'm good. I'm actually just taking some measurements.
Okay, well, you're not allowed to do that up here. This is all Indian Affairs Land and Trust, which means it's private property.
You know what? I do have a permit. There you go.
Yeah, I issued this permit yesterday to Johnny Goodfeather.
Right.
Who are you?
I'm Luke Patterson, but Mr. Goodfeather obtained that for me.
Okay, where is he?
I don't know. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is your name's not on this pass. His is.
Why don't we just make a call and we can confirm my credentials?
Okay,
No
I don't want to make any calls, okay? If you want a permit issued in your name, then you come by my office tomorrow and I'll issue you a pass. In the meantime, you got to wrap all this up, okay? I don't want to have to make a call, get somebody out here.
I got you.
Okay.
Just doing your job.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Asshole.
Hey! No one's allowed in here.
There you go. You know, it's on the way to D.C. and we could check out the Indian Museum.
No, maybe you could teach there.
Oh, I'm gonna have to leave all my students.
Well, they'll be fine. You know, you will be coming back to visit. Listen, on the weekends, we could go on a train to New York, eat at a good restaurant, see the sights.
It takes money to do all those things, you know?
Don't worry about that. Look, come on, Rain. What's wrong?
Just, I'm thinking about my mom, that's all. Sorry.
I want you to go talk to her, let her know what the plan is, and if you don't feel right about what's going on, then we'll figure it out.
Well, what about you? What's your dad gonna think about us just moving away?
No, don't worry about my dad. He's gonna be happy. The question is, what about your aunt?
Well, you'll find out soon enough. She invited us over for dinner.
What? Rain?
I couldn't keep it a secret.
Well, what did she say?
What do you think?
Well, what I think is that she's making cheese with cinnamon rolls for the wedding as we speak.
Bad.
Right. Hey, why don't I take you out of this robe and get you dressed?
We're supposed to be going to meet Steve.
Yeah, well, he's a guy. He'll understand.
Paul Gunnarsson and the BIA think that they can just mow over the old boarding school and turn it into resort property. And no one wants to talk about the fact that there's a cemetery up there with dozens of graves. And federal and state regulations are supposed to protect those lands.
What about the jobs Gunnarsson says he's going to bring to town?
Don't let Gunnarsson's greed fool you. The real question is, are you folks going to continue sitting under a tree, snoring, while these folks in charge are plotting new schemes? Now let's talk about the illegal confiscation of lands. What about the renewal of land leases that prevent the rightful owners from living on their property?
I don't get how that Indian guy thinks he can just move in here and act like he owns the goddamn place.
Shut up, Daryl.
You're welcome at the casino anytime, Daryl.
Miss, excuse me. Everything I'm finding here is from Carlton County, but I was looking for 1955 newspapers from Penmore County.
It's all the microfiche we have. I'll bring the periodicals. Meet me at the front table.
Thank you.
You'll need these.
Okay. 1955?
Yes.
Great.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you'd have it. Yeah. Right. Oh. You need some help?
No, thank you. Thank you. 1955. Knock yourself out carefully.
Thank you very much. If I run into any trouble, I'll call you.
He'll be here at 2 o'clock, Mayor Gunderson.
Tell him I'll be in my office.
Hey.
I'm starting to wonder what my dad would do in a situation like this.
Well, I don't know why you're working so hard to make that place into a big resort. There's so many reasons not to go down that road.
Scotch?
No, no thanks.
That's not like you, Richard. You know, it's hard having 20/20 vision when the rest of the world is blind. It's a great idea.
How do you plan on dealing with what Clamont's talking about in his campaign? You know what that school will always represent to some people.
That place represents my dad's vision, and don't forget how much money you made working for him back then. No other Indian did that good.
Yeah, I'll take that to my grave.
That land is prime real estate. It's gonna bring tons of jobs, buckets of money. It's win-win.
Yeah, including all the profits you'll make off the rest of the land that it's on.
A man is entitled to levy a little taxation for his vision. My question to you, Richard, is how come the only thing you're covering on your show is Klamath's campaign?
Well, he's the only one talking. And he makes sense to a lot of people.
He is off his rocker, and he has no chance. You know, I never pegged you for a man of conscience. What, you got ghosts coming out of the closet and haunting you?
When it comes to ghosts, Paul, I don't think either one of us have any trouble finding them.
Anyway, I got a call. Some geologist is asking about the property. He says there was an earthquake up there.
Well, that could put a damper on some of your plans.
Well, an earthquake or two never stopped the Californians from building. But I'm not taking any chances. I got my guy on it. Don't like people poking around. It's bad for business.
Should have wore the green dress.
Relax, we're not having dinner with the Pope.
I can't help it. I wasn't expecting Father Bartoli. It makes me feel guilty when I'm around him.
Oh, that's what they're all about here. Yeah. Besides, I think the father and your Auntie Apple have a thing going on.
Stop.
Come on, your auntie's not bad looking, and a man has his needs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Better calm down, mister. We're gonna get caught.
It's all right. They can watch. After you.
I used the sweet and low.
Thank you, my dear.
Father Bartoli, can I pour you some tea?
Yes, please.
Father Bartoli and I were discussing your upcoming wedding plans. He's offered to provide prenuptial counseling.
Auntie Apple, Johnny and I have been together for years. I don't think that's really necessary.
Not necessary, but well advised. Marriage is a solemn commitment between you and your future family. It's important that you establish the proper moral and spiritual foundation upon which to build your lives.
Well, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but if we haven't learned that by now, I don't think a few sessions will make a difference.
Well, Father, maybe now would be a good time to talk about what we were discussing earlier.
I'm assuming that any son of Pete Goodfeathers would be planning a native wedding ceremony.
Well, as a matter of fact.
But we were also thinking that since Rain was raised with the Catholic faith, your marriage should be blessed by the church.
I'm willing to offer special dispensation to your father so that he can contribute some of his native blessings after the ceremony.
Well, we'll get back to you folks on that.
I know you both mean well, but before Johnny and I make any plans, I'd really like to get my mother's blessing.
I'm sure your mother would be pleased with your decision. You remind me so much of her when she was your age. She was such a beautiful woman.
Silence! Irene, why aren't you singing with the other children?
Go win, min windemon, nagama win.
We'll see if we can't clean out that disrespectful mouth of yours. Open your mouth. Open! Open your mouth!
Rain, wake up. Rain! Rain, what the hell? Rain, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have an upset stomach.
What's the problem?
Flywheel and clutch. Maybe 100,000 miles or so, they start to make a sound. I know when they're about to go.
How long you been driving that old thing?
Well, ever since I decided to stop practicing law and start getting in people's faces.
Probably be cheaper just to junk that old thing and buy a new car.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about this old heap. But you didn't come out here to give me mechanical advice.
No. I came out here to talk to you skin to skin.
Oh, yeah? About what?
You're ruffling some feathers out there. Now, you're hitting on some nerves that are extremely sensitive to some people. And frankly, they're not taking kindly to it.
Is that a threat?
No. I'm just telling you to be careful, that's all.
So if you're telling me that the folks that are responsible for all the genocide and raping of this land are gonna take issues with my tactics, then I'm flattered. It means I must be doing something right.
Just be careful, that's all.
Anybody there?
Sorry.
Damn, you scared the shit out of me.
Find any fault lines down here?
No. I'm glad you're here. This place is creepy, man. Hey, let's get out of here. Oh.
This the epicenter?
Well, it's definitely an outlet for repressed energy, but I need to conduct more research. See, these shifts of wind are peculiar.
Yeah, the wind takes getting used to up here.
I'm out of here. Do you believe in spirits?
Why would you ask that?
I had a friend when I started college. A real nice guy. Came from one of those small tribes out west that has a gambling operation. Anyway, one day, without telling anybody, he dropped out. I couldn't understand why he left without saying anything. So that summer I tracked him down and I learned that he went home to take care of his mom because his dad hung himself.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, I never told this story until now.
No, go on.
So by the time I'd gotten there, he'd already killed himself too.
That's tough.
Yeah. See, I never understood what could drive a person to do that. You know, let alone a family.
That happens around here a lot.
Well, the more I learn about this place and what happened here, it's starting to make a little more sense to me. first day I arrived here, my friend appeared to me in the parking lot. I think he wanted me to be here.
Hey, Mary.
Hey.
So you guys get settled in your new place yet?
Oh, you know, still going through boxes. I got half a mind to just chuck the whole lot of it and start over.
Yeah, pain in the ass, huh?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't need you to babysit this weekend.
What? I thought you had a hot date.
Oh, I do. It's just that the ex has the kids. Bastard. Yeah, I never know with that guy.
Well, if he flakes, I'm available.
Thanks. Well, that's strange. There's a note here.
What, problem?
Well, apparently no one is allowed to visit Irene without written permission from your aunt.
What? Why would I need permission from my aunt to visit my mother?
You're right. Well, this is ridiculous. You go right in and I'll take care of this in the morning.
All right. Thanks. Mama, I want to talk to you about something, and it's really important. Okay? You know how much I love Johnny. And he's been wanting to get married for a long time now. Well, I wasn't ready up until now, but I feel like now, maybe I'm finally ready. And I just want to know that you're okay with that. Well, that, and I also want to tell you that he got accepted into the FBI Academy. And that's a good thing, Mama, you know, but that means that we have to move to Washington, because that's where the academy is. But of course, we both want you to... Mama, what are you doing?
Take your fucking hands off of me! Apple, tell him to get the fuck away from me. I'm not paranoid. I'm telling the truth.
Calm down, Irene. The doctor said this is the only way.
You were there. Walter was there. You saw what happened.
I didn't see anything.
They've got you brainwashed. Now they're trying to shut me up. They're goddamn poisons in the fucking machines. Now. About Rain. You can't do this to her. She needs me. She needs her mama.
The doctor said as soon as you get well, we can bring you home to her.
You can cut out my brain and chop it into little pieces. But mark my words.
Can you take her out of the room, please?
One way or another, you'll pay.
What'd they do to you? I need to go talk to Auntie Apple. Okay, I'll be back.
Hey, Johnny.
How is she?
She's fine. She's fine. She's over in emergency. I'll walk you over. Come on.
Hey, baby.
the kids. I didn't hit them, did I?
Kids? There were no kids.
Well, I saw them. They were standing on the road.
Oh, baby. A trucker saw you swerve off the side of the road. He didn't mention anything about any kids.
I need to talk to my aunt.
Rain, what's going on?
When I was with my mom, Auntie Apple and Father Bartoli were in her hospital room. Mom and Auntie were fighting, and Auntie wouldn't listen. It was just terrible.
They were fighting with her just now?
No, I mean, a long time ago when I was a baby. But I was just with her. They strapped her down, and Bartoli gave her electric shock treatment.
Baby, you're talking crazy. Like you blacked out. You almost got killed.
Crazy. You want to talk about crazy? Fine. I'll tell you about crazy. I'm seeing things, Johnny. Just like my mom did. They started out as nightmares, but now they're real.
This is a lot to take in right now. I can't make any sense of what you're talking about.
Now, do you still want to marry me?
Of course I do. Well, now's not the time to talk about that. All right, you have a huge bump on your head. You have to take it easy.
Go on, you. It's late. She needs to get some rest.
I'm gonna stay until she sleeps, all right? You watch out for her.
Sure, bro.
Thanks.
Thanks. I'm gonna be right here, okay?
I got here as fast as I could.
Could you give us a moment of privacy, please?
Yes, sir.
I've made all the arrangements. We just need your consent to move her.
I don't know if I can do this, Father. Look what happened to my sister.
Irene was different. We needed to take extreme measures. A couple of treatments should be more than enough for Rain. But if we don't act now, she may end up exactly like poor Irene.
I can't lose her, Father. I can't.
You're not going to lose her. You're trying to help her. Margaret, look at me. Look at me now. Trust me, this is the only way. You're doing the right thing. It's going to be all right. Dr. Singleton, let's go.
They're just getting ready to transfer her to Penmore.
What's going on? Hey, Pete. I sent Johnny home to get some rest. She was fine. They're transferring her now.
Not that it's any of your business, Pete, but Rain's been in a serious accident. She was critically injured.
My son should be with his wife right now.
She's not his wife until they've been married in the eyes of God. Until then, she's in my care.
Johnny will be consulted on any major decisions, but right now, we're concerned for her speedy recovery. She's getting the best possible care. The doctor did a brain scan and it registered some abnormality, and he felt that she'd get better care at Penmore. We're praying for her.
No offense, Father, but your prayers mean nothing to me.
Rain's in the hospital.
Yeah, I know. I must have just missed you. That aunt of hers is over there, and they're running some tests. I think you should be there with her.
Maybe the tests aren't a bad thing. She thinks she's slipping like her mom. But I just don't know what to think anymore.
Rain's in trouble, son. My advice to you is to get her out of there.
Where am I? We had to bring you here for further tests.
Tests for what? The doctor said I'm fine. Where's Johnny?
Let's get going.
This is Dr. Singleton's patient, paranoid schizophrenia.
Paranoid?
She's been combative, but we have her on 10 milligrams of Haldol.
What?
That's her signed consent form.
Now it says
I
here.
never signed anything.
No, calm down. It's typical to be nervous, but this is a common procedure. I do these every day.
Auntie, Apple, you have to stop him. Auntie, this is so wrong. No. Auntie, don't let him do this. This is so wrong.
Here to see Rain O'Rourke.
Rain O'Rourke.
Yeah, it's just at the community hospital. She was just transferred here.
Okay. Well, they just checked her in, and she's not supposed to have any visitors.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit. I'm her husband.
It says here she's not married.
I've been with her for 10 goddamn years, and you're
She's in the lockdown ward. You're not getting in.
I'm a tribal police officer. I'm going in.
Call the police. Don't give a shit who the hell you are, tough guy. You're not getting in. Maybe you need a little lockdown of your own.
Okay, man?
Yeah, I have to get back to the hospital.
Listen to me, Johnny. You can't just punch your way in there. You know, you'll end up right back in jail again. And those guys, they would love nothing more than to lock up another Indian and throw away the key.
Yeah, but I'm a cop myself. Does that count for anything?
Honestly, no. This is the Wild West, my friend.
Yeah, well, what are you doing back here then?
Trying to tame the beast, work with the system, then turn it on its ear?
Yeah, well, I had a dream like that too, and right now it isn't working out. Besides, I'm not gonna sit around while they're doing God knows what to her in there.
Well, at this point, they can just keep her there for observation and treat her for her injuries.
And then what? What if they make up some bullshit story that she's a schizophrenic like her ma, huh? What then?
I don't understand. Am I missing something here?
I just need to know my options.
They can only keep her there for a couple of days. After that, they gotta go to court, obtain doctor and family testimony. That's a legal process. Listen, let me make a few phone calls, all right? In the meantime, you just sit tight. Trust me, okay?
I don't have a choice, do I?
You can choose at the voting booth. Let's get out of here.
Hey, can I give you a hand?
No, I'm all right. Did you find all the answers you needed?
Yeah, I tried. I went to that boarding school. A fella came in there and told me I had to clear out. Whatever happened in that school anyway?
A lot of unresolved things up at that school. Kill the Indian, save the man. That was their motto.
Kill the Indian, save the man?
They tried to whitewash us Indians. Took us from our mother's arms, took the clothes right off our backs, burned them, put uniforms on us, wouldn't let us speak the language. They tried to beat the Indians right out of us.
That's tragic.
Tragic? Half the Indians died in these schools up here. The rest broken and confused with scars that will never heal. There are two ways to conquer a nation. Kill them, or take away everything that defines who they are.
Sounds like a Holocaust. How come I never read or learned about that in school?
Some stories never make the history books.
Yes? Yes, Doctor. Yes. Well, please keep me apprised of any further developments. Thank you, Doctor. Good night.
Mayor's office. Well, this is him. Well, can't a guy answer his own phone? What do you need? Yeah, Walker, the new Indian Affairs guy. What about him? I sent him to put up some signs. We'll go check it out. Hey, call me back. No, call me back.
What the hell kind of game are you playing?
I'd understand it if I was preaching about anarchy or something. But all I'm trying to get across is that clinging so hard to the status quo strangles the desire to be anything other than just simply being alive.
We can't just go out and shoot our food in the woods. We need the jobs that are going to go with the projects.
Under the I-23. I-23. Under the N-32.
Still trying to catch fish with no bait on your hook?
Kind of hard to overcome selfishness.
You know, there was a Blackfoot chief once who couldn't understand why the white settlers were tearing up all the beaver dams that provided fish. The settlers didn't fish. They wanted to get at the beaver pelts. Come winter, they couldn't eat their pelts. They were starving. Finally, the people did ask for help. And the chief, he taught them how to ice fish and smoke the catch. Sometimes you have to be patient and let the people see the errors of their ways themselves.
Yeah, well, I've got an election coming up, and I'm beginning to lose patience. Anyway, thanks.
Come on, you old bat. Open up!
What do you want, Johnny?
Why can't I get in to see Rain, huh?
The doctors recommended that she needs rest. She's been through a traumatic experience.
Look, you're obviously in charge right now, but when Rain is out of that hospital, when she's released, I'm taking her away for good.
Taking her away where?
It's far enough away from you so you can't manipulate her anymore.
Rain needs to be here, at home. Did it ever occur to you that maybe she really does need help? Or maybe you're too selfish to think of her needs?
You don't know nothing about Rain. You're so caught up into this father friend of yours that you don't even know. You can't see that Rain doesn't give a damn about your religious mumbo-jumbo.
I know this. Rain suffers from serious delusions.
Fuck, you don't talk about that.
Don't you touch me. I know what's right for Rain, and I'll be goddamned if you're gonna stand in my way.
We'll see about that.
To the flag. I'm saying it. Of the United States of America. And to the republic.
Stop saying it. You're turning into an apple. Red on the outside and white on the inside.
That's right, Walter. I'd rather be an apple than a dying savage. With liberty and justice for all.
We need to talk. They found one of my men at the boarding school. Dead. Hanging from a tree. Splayed out like freaking Jesus Christ. Someone's trying to make a statement.
Perhaps you should have paid heed to my earlier admonitions. That land is home to generations of native Indians. The land is sacred. I advised you to leave it alone, but you chose not to listen.
Don't give me that shit. You don't care about the land. All you care about is covering up your little secrets. My dad built this whole town. He told me what went on up there at the hands of your so-called sacred nuns and priests. And the statute of limitations never runs out on those crimes.
Listen to me, you don't want an investigation on your hands any more than I do. I didn't kill your friend. And if I were you, I'd make sure your people chalk it up to a tragic mistake.
Officer Goodfeather. Have they given you enough to do?
I stay busy.
So I've heard. Give me a minute. I'll take over from here. Patterson, right?
Look, I've answered all your questions. Do I need to be here any longer?
Nope. You're free to go.
What about the dead guy?
I was just informed he committed suicide.
What? No, he was tied up in a tree. I mean, there's no way he could have done it on his own.
I saw it myself.
Yeah.
Suicide, no way.
Well, that's the official conclusion.
No way. That's pretty quick investigation, if you ask me.
The man had a history of mental instability. His family didn't want to cause a ruckus. So unless you have something more to offer, you're free to go.
I'm out of here.
Hey, James,
Yes.
you mind whipping me up one of those famous toasted bagel sandwiches of yours?
Okay. I needed a little exercise anyway. I was about to nod off.
Great. Could you give me a cup of coffee with cream?
Oh, you got it.
What are you doing in here? I tried to see you and they won't let me in.
Listen, I can't explain it right now. I need you to help me, okay? I need to get out of here.
Oh, Rain, I don't know. I could lose my job.
Mary, please, 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 just listen to me. I don't have much time here, okay? You know what they do to people in here. I've got to get out.
Oh, I don't know.
Mary, I've been like a mother to your babies. Now, you would never let a crazy woman look after them, would you?
All right. All right, but you can't just walk out the front door. Okay. There's an old abandoned tunnel that leads outside. You'll need to get to the stairs at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Well, you'll need my keys.
Thank you. I know you.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, Rain. Just be careful.
Thank you for sharing that memory. Now, anyone else who has a story they want to tell about the boarding school or any other issue on the res, please call in. Next caller.
Yeah, I got something to say about the boarding school.
Go ahead.
We know what happened there. We lived it. Talking about it isn't doing us any damn good. So something big needed to happen so people would stand up and take notice.
Well, I guess you can look at it that way.
Damn right. You know that body up at the school that Gunderson claimed was a suicide? Well, I know for a fact that it was not a suicide. That's sacred land, and if Gunderson doesn't stop development up there, more people will die.
All right, let's take a break while we get to the bottom of this.
Hey! You know I can't let you in here.
He has a court order. He's the reservation police authority. Federal statutes state that he has the right to access any tribal member that he feels needs his assistance.
Hey, she broke out of here. They're out looking for her.
What do you mean she broke out of here? You know where she is. You know where she is. You tell me where she is.
All right, take it easy. It's okay, let's go. We'll find her.
Better hope we find her.
Rain, what are you doing here?
Why does Father Bartoli have access to my mother's files?
That's not possible. No one has access to those files. I haven't even seen them. How did you get this?
I paid a visit to Father Bartoli's. It says in there that the first psychiatrist who evaluated my mother said that she was a... Here, let me read this. See here, that she was a spirited girl who suffers from trauma but is mentally stable and resilient.
She's sick. She made up ridiculous lies. She told outrageous stories about the school. There was nothing anyone could do to stop her.
Anyone except Father Bartoli, right? He made sure that no one would ever believe my mother.
She was crazy, I tell you.
Crazy was me, holding off getting married, or having children, or having any kind of life for myself. A family life. Because I didn't want to end up like her. A woman who's stuck in an insane asylum while somebody else is raising her children. And here it was all a lie. It was all one big goddamn lie.
brainwashed.
Baby, we've been looking all over for you.
She took my mother away from me.
Look, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you. All right, it'll never happen again.
Richard.
Hey, a lot of food.
Yeah, I figured we'd spend the whole $400 war chest on a good roast. That way everybody could take some meat home for election day tomorrow, drown their sorrows.
No chance you'll win?
Unless the plague kills everyone in town except for 12 Indians that are going to vote for me. If that happens, it might even get competitive.
It might be a little too late right now, but I've got something for you here.
Who is he?
His name was Walter Mini-Lightnings. About 30 years ago, he and his sister Irene showed up around here and started making a lot of noise about kids up at the Indian school. I was working for Gunderson's dad at that time. And he showed up at one of Gunderson's construction sites. Got into a confrontation with Paul. A fight broke out. Paul killed him. They called it suicide. After that, his sister was shut up in a mental hospital and no one was the wiser.
You know, this kind of information could ruin Gunderson. It could also get you into a lot of hot water yourself.
I know. But I think it's time Gunderson had his due. And me, I'm thinking about return anyway. I'm not the voice of the res anymore. Maybe I never was.
You're a good man, Richard. Don't forget that.
Just a little bit too light. Take it here. Hairy face. That guy's too. Must be your white side.
Yeah, it's got everything.
All you Indians off of get out of here.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Rain.
Hi.
I've been learning a lot from these guys.
Yeah, we still scared the shit out of him. He still believes in ghosts.
We need to have a ceremony for Rain. We'll see you tomorrow, son.
Why does Rain need a ceremony?
Well, Rain needs to go back to her traditional ways. The 7th generation prophecy teaches us that if we go back to our teachings of our ancestors, if we go back to our traditional ways, that we will gain wisdom and knowledge, those things that are older than America. Jabwa Chmokamon, King. Old.
It's always good to come into the sweat lodge and pray in the oldest way. Today I want to welcome a strong, traditional family, Many Lightnings. She comes in a good way to give of herself and seeking a strong direction. Listen and stay focused on those prayers.
I am your Uncle Walter Many Lightnings. Your mother, my sister, has prayed this day would come. I am here to look over you, to help you understand your place in our family and our people. You see, Rain, when these new people came, they did everything they could to end our traditional ways of life. But there were things they couldn't take. Our dreams and our spirits. You have inherited your mother's strength. These new people, they knew if we followed her, that it would have been more difficult for them to convert us into their ways. You have been shown through these visions the truths of the past. Now it is time that you make your connection with the Creator. Let Him help you through these times of confusion. We have to learn to forgive these people for what they do not understand about our good way of life. We can't expect them to understand. Pray that one day they will. Then we can all heal together and get back to being a strong nation of traditional people. Always know that our Indian way of life is very simple. Continue to dream of healing and unity amongst our people. And one day, it shall come to pass.
I want to thank you for having the courage to come in here with us today. I already think of you as my daughter. Think of this place as your home, and you're welcome to come in that way.
How you feeling? Do you want to talk about anything?
Maybe I don't even know where to start. I have a million thoughts running through my head.
Yeah. Well, I said a good prayer for us. Have a good rest.
Honey, we need to go to the boarding school.
Here, wait here. I'll go get the crowbar.
Johnny?
would end up here.
Where's Johnny?
Don't worry about Johnny.
Stay away from me.
Your mother was as obstinate as you.
Is that why you fried her brain and pumped her up with meds?
She spoke terrible, unspeakable lies about the church. And I couldn't have that.
They weren't lies.
Your mother wanted to dredge up the past. She wanted me to exhume the bodies. It couldn't expose the church to that kind of publicity. We've already had to suffer such humiliating scrutiny. And for what? For the sins of a few misguided people.
So you made sure that she was locked up in a mental institution so nobody could listen to her, right? I bet you were even involved in killing my Uncle Walter. And for what? For sharing the truth about the horrible things that happened at this school. A school that was run by your people from your church.
They thought they were taking base savages, the devil's children, and converting them into civilized human beings.
By brutally beating them? Poisoning them? And starving them? Or raping them? You took innocent children and you killed them. Who's the savage?
I am merely God's vessel.
So in the name of God, you let children die down in this basement, and then you threw them in a grave like garbage.
I had nothing to do with that.
But you knew the truth and you kept silent. You know how many people are suffering because of your silence? You know better than the priests and nuns who killed them. But I know where those kids are buried. So my mother was right. The truth will come out and you will pay.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I can't allow that to happen.
Took us from our mother's arms.
Base savages, the devil's children.
Disrespectful Malcolm.
My God.
Savage!
Kill the Indian and save the man.
I will do it.
You are a liar! Do you hear me? A liar, and I won't have it anymore!
I'd rather be an apple than a dying savage.
Broken and confused with scars that will never heal.
Sounds like a Holocaust.
Everything we Indians do is in a circle. Our sweat lodge is built in the shape of a circle. We dance in huge circles, and our medicine wheel is a circle. Now, these circles represent to us the tendency that life has to come full circle.
You look so beautiful, Mama.
It's been widely reported in the papers that I'm responsible for evidence leading to the indictment of Mayor Gunderson for the death of a Cree Indian man, Walter Many Lightnings.
My hope was that by ending the chapter of Mr. Lightning's disappearance, that an honest man, Steve Klamath, will be allowed to take over as mayor. Charges of corruption continue to mount against Gunderson and Father Dimitri Bartoli, who used his influence at the Catholic hospital to silence Indian medical patients who reported abuses that took place at the boarding school.
These crimes may seem impossible by today's standards, but not when so much is at stake, not when the church faces lawsuits and more public humiliation.
The important thing about coming full circle is that it allows us to see not only the past, but also the future. A brighter one, I imagine.
This is Richard Two Rivers, signing off.
I remember this place.
It's home, Mom.
I was reaching to the sky, trying to pluck a star. I was hopeful for a while, but they're just a little too far. Round and round I go, where I stop, well, I don't know. Maybe I should fly, gently say goodbye. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. I was dreaming so regally, lonesome on my trail. I was breathing in my life so deeply, and all the air was stale. Round and round we go, where we stop, well, I don't know. Maybe we should fly, gently say goodbye. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. Maybe we should hold together, my dear crestfallen eyes. Tired as the hazy sun, reaching for the sky. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. Someone call an angel down. It's getting too dark here on the ground. Whoa, yeah. Call an angel down. Someone call